Okay. So operator was done. So we have seen data types. How do we create variable, rules of the variable, then operator. Now we will see functions. Now again, as I said, key function is also common in all the technology, whether you talk about .NET, Java, PHP, Python, SharePoint, everywhere you have function. Whenever you have some code which is related, okay, that you move it into the function, or whenever you have a code that is going to be needed multiple times. So instead of writing that code multiple places, we move it to a function. Okay. That's how function is. That is the purpose of the function. Okay. Instead of writing the code multiple times, you write it into the function. Okay. So in JavaScript also we have a function. It has its own syntax. How is it? Script. Now there are various types of function, but for now we will see just the basic one, like anonymous function, callback function, recursive function. So many types of functions we have that we will see in the interview preparation. Because in Angular, we don't use all those. That is just for the interview. So function keyword, then name of the function. Let's say on the page load, you want to show user a message that welcome to batch 34, something message you want to show. So you want to put that code into a function. So function, then your function name, show message, round bracket, then curly bracket. Function, then your function name. Now function name is your whatever you want to give, that should you can give. It should be descriptive. It should describe the function. Whatever the functionality you have, whatever the code you have written, that it should describe. Okay. Then here, let's say I'm printing a simple alert box. And here I will write the message. Welcome to B35. So I have created a function. My page is also running. But if I reload, this alert line is not getting executed. But if this alert line is outside the function, then it will get executed. See, now I'm getting it. So this is like, let's make it 36. Say, so see, welcome to B36 coming. But this B35 is not getting executed. Why? Because it is inside the function. So if you want the lines to be executed from the function, you have to invoke a function. So either you will call it as invoke, or call, or execute. Okay. So this is the function which you have created. If you have to execute that function, call or invoke, you have to execute like this. Function name and then round bracket. Okay. Now on the page load, this function will execute, and whatever the code inside that, that lines will also execute. Now you get to see welcome to B35 is there. Let's add one more. After first alert, and here we will say JavaScript. Okay. Now, first pop-up will execute this, then second pop-up. So in this function, we have two lines of code. So both the line of code will execute one by one. B35, then JavaScript. Understood? So this is the very basic function you can create. Function, inside that we have two lines and that will execute. And you have to invoke a function like this. Again, the rule follows the same. So whatever the rules we saw for your variable declaration, same rule follows over here. No space. We cannot have a space. It cannot start with a number. It cannot start with any special character, just like dollar is allowed, underscore is allowed. Someone find the third symbol? What's the third symbol? I didn't check. Try to find what third special character is allowed. Just like dollar underscore, one more symbol is there, I think. Okay, try to find that. So same rules, whatever we have given while variable declaration, same follows over here also. Okay, so this is one function. Let's create another function. Function show square of 2. Okay, so here I will create a variable. I'm creating a variable inside my function where square is equal to 2 into 2. Okay, instead of just storing it 4, I'm writing an operation. Then I will console it. Console.log square of 2, then plus my variable. Okay. Now I have another function. Inside that function, what I'm doing, I'm getting a square of 2 into 2, putting into this variable, and then that variable, I'm putting it into the console. Let's call this function. Now on the page load, we are calling two function. One is show message and another is this. First, this will call, line by line code execution. First, this line will get executed, then this line will get executed. Save. Welcome to B35 JavaScript. And then if I open the console, let's reload one more time. See, square of 2, 4. So like this, in one script, you can have as number of function you want. There is no limitation or something. Okay. Now, this variable you have created within this function. So will I be able to, or shall we access, or it should be allowed to access this variable outside this function?
No.
Right? That's a common sense. If you are creating something within this function, obviously the scope of that function or the accessibility of that variable should be within this function itself. So if you write console.log square over here, outside the function, you are trying to access a variable. So it will give you an error that it is not defined. See, square is not defined. So your function, this line also didn't get executed because here only your code got broke. Okay. So within function, if you create some variable, so that variable becomes the local variable of this function. You cannot access this variable outside this function. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. When we saw variable declaration, we saw var, let, and constant. Now, if you are creating variables globally, I mean within the script tag, if you are creating variable, go with the var. But let's say you are creating a variable within a functions, always go for a let or a const. If variable value is supposed to change, then go for a let. If not, go for a const. So these are your local variable. Whenever you have a need to store something within the function, always go for a let or a const. Var, we keep it for a global use case. Okay. Whenever you have to create a variable globally inside a script tag, so go with the var. Okay, like this. But if you want to create a variable within your function, always go for a local variable, that is const and a uh, let. Okay, if variable value is supposed to change, then let, otherwise const. Now this variable value I'm not changing, so const. Follow this rule from now on. Within a function, if you are creating a variable, create variable with let or const. Outside, var. Okay. Why? Why? Because the scope, we will see that properly in the interview preparation, why it is. But for now, just put an habit like this. Okay. Now, this is your normal function. Here, or let's say I will create two global variable where num1 is equal to 33, where num2 is equal to 55. So I have two variables globally. Now I need a function which will do the sum of it, and that sum it will print out also. Getting it? What I need? I need to create a function which will do the sum of this global number and it will print the sum. So function get sum of two numbers, and then here you will do the sum of it. So let, again variable value I'm not changing, so constant sum is equal to num1 global variable. This is a global variable, so you can access anywhere within the function also you can access it because that is global variable. So num1 plus num2. Will I be able to access this square variable inside this function?
No.
Again, same thing. You have created this variable within that function only you can access, not outside, not on another function also. Okay. Console.log. Here you will say sum of global variables is, then plus, and then your sum variable. So you created this function, then you will call it. Okay. Our code is breaking over there. Let's comment it. See, sum of global variable is 88, 33 and 55, 88. So within a function, you can use global variable. That is perfectly fine. But if you have
Like,
created something in a function, you
okay.
cannot access it outside the function. Okay. Now, so this function or this function doesn't matter how many times you call this function, will the output will change? Let's say this function you are calling after this also 5 times, 6 times. This function also you are calling 3 times again. Will your output change? This function, if I'm calling these functions so many times, will my output change?
No.
If I do,
50%.
if I don't change
No,
this variable value also, my
no.
output will never change. Okay. Now, let's say I have a need that I want to create a function which will do the sum of other two number. Okay. This function was doing the sum of these two variable. But let's say I want to do the sum of I want to do the sum of other two numbers. So what? Will you create another function? That doesn't make sense, right? So this is very static function because here what variable you are doing the sum, those are static. So every time when you call this function, it is going to do the sum of these two numbers only. Whatever you have in this variable, it is going to do the sum of those. But let's say you want to create a function which should do the sum of the number which you tell, generic function, dynamic function. This is static because every time when you call this function, it is going to do the sum of these two number only. What if you want to make it generic? So you will create a function which will accept parameters. So function get sum, round bracket, curly bracket. This is your normal function. Now, whenever you want to call this function, you should be able to pass some data. So now comes parameter. So inside round bracket, you declare it num1, comma, num2. Now this is a function with parameter. So now here constant result is equal to num1 plus num2. And then you are printing it console.log result is space result or simply sum is. Now you have a function which accept two parameter. So while calling the function, it will ask you to send the data also. See, it is suggesting it that this function expect two parameter. Okay. So here you can pass, let's say 12, comma 56. So see now, and now here I will add a debugger. See how does your function also execute. Here also I will add it. Here also I will add it. Let me comment the first function. Otherwise those pop-up will keep on coming on. Okay. Now my execution is at line number 34. Now at line number 35, I'm calling this function, but while calling, I'm passing two parameters, 12 and 56. So see, now it will go over here in the execution. Function will execute. See, num1 got 12, num2 got 56. The order is also same. Whatever first you write, that goes over here, second goes over here. So what while calling this function, whatever the value you pass, that it got it over here. Now you will do the sum of it. 68 and you are just simply printing it. Understood? So this is a function with the parameter. Now, another time you need a function. So get sum 66, comma 82. Save it. Okay. Currently, line number 35. So I'm passing 12 and 56. So my function will execute. I got 12 and 56. It will do the sum, it will print it. Then again, I'm calling the same function, but this time I'm passing 66 and 82. See, 66 and 82. So same function you are able to call multiple time with the value you want to add. So this is not static, totally dynamic. Whatever the number you pass, it will do the sum of those two number. 148. Make sense? So when you will create a function with the parameter, whenever you have to pass some data, and with that data, you want to do some operation, either addition, subtraction, anything it can be. This is just a general function we are creating. We don't, while working on the project, we have various scenarios. Okay. Let's say you want to create a function which will generate the full name. You will pass first name, middle name, last. Okay. Be on mute, be on mute. Okay. Function generate full name. You want to create a function where you will pass your first name, middle name, last name, and it should generate a full name and it should print it also. So constant, sorry, here we have to add three parameter, f name, m name, last name. So you have three parameter. Now here you will create the full name. How you will generate the full name? How you will generate the full name?
Adding all this.
How do you
Concatenate.
concatenate? F name plus m name plus l name. Will this work? Let's see. Full name. Okay, my function is ready. Now I will call this function over here with the parameter. Let's say Chetan P Zogi. Okay, let's see. I will add a debugger over here also. Okay, see now. Reload. Okay, currently I'm line number 43. Once I execute one line, then my function will execute. So while executing this function, while invoking this function, I'm passing three parameter because it expects three parameter. Okay, see, f name you got, m name you got, last name also you got. So I'm combining all these things. I'm joining all the variable value, parameter value. Is this correct? Is this correct full name?
Yes.
How come it
No.
is?
No, it should be space.
You should have a space na, in between first name, middle name, right? So plus, and inside that, again, you will add your empty space, one space. This is your concatenation space. This is one string plus another string with the empty space plus another string plus another string plus another string. Now see. You got proper values into your parameter, and in between you are adding a space also. See, you got a proper full name. Understood? Full name is like this. So let's say overall project, wherever you have a need of creating full name, we will call this function. Yeah, my template literal is also there, but some of new, so I won't be explaining that right now. Instead of writing like this looks sometimes complicated. So we have another way also. We will see that in intro preparation for concatenation. Okay. So again, I can call the same function. This time something different value I can pass. Here you can see, here I have passed it into single quote. I can pass it into the capital case also. Sachin. What? Ramesh, I think, no? Ramesh Tendulkar. Okay. Those who are outside people, you might be knowing him. So we are calling the same function with the two parameters now. First, the Chetan Prakash Jogi, you got the output. Chetan P Jogi, you are printing it also. Second time, you are calling a function with some Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Okay. So see, you got Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. And you are generating a full name and you are printing it. See, you got the full name and you will print it also. Understood? So you have a generic function. Whatever the data you need, you want to do some operation, you pass it to the function and it will behave the same. Clear? What is the need of function with parameter?
To do the dynamic operations.
Right? You have some code, you have wrapped it into the function, and while executing that function, you want to pass some data and you want to say, yeah, with this data, do some operation. Okay. So that time you will need a function with the parameter. Okay. Now, this function, sum of two number, was static. It was only doing the sum of this variable. This is your proper function where what numbers you need that you are able to pass and it do the sum and it print the result. But what if you need the result back? Okay. Here, what it is doing, whatever the numbers you are passing, it is simply printing it. But let's say you want the result back, and then that result you might do something with that. Okay. Now you want to create a function which will do the addition of two number. But whatever the addition value is there, that you want it back because that you might need it somewhere again. So you want to create a function which will accept two numbers, but it should return also something. The output of that function, you have to return it also. So third type of function now. Function get sum of numbers. Okay. Here also it will have two parameter, num1, comma, num2. Now already we have a global variable num1 and num2. So will it conflict? Will it conflict?
No.
Right? No. These are your global variable. These are your parameter name. Nothing will conflict. Okay. We can have the same name. If variable is there, we can have it at the same name also. Okay. Now here constant sum equal to num1 plus num2. And you will use the return keyword sum. Okay. So you have a function which accepts two parameter. Whatever the parameter you pass, it is going to do the sum of it and it is going to simply return. Now you have a function which is returning something. So when you call it like this, you pass 4 commas 8, it will call the function. It will do the sum also and return it also, but you didn't catch it. If your function is not returning anything, this is way how you call it. But if your function is returning something, this is returning something, na? So you have to catch it. So you can put it into a variable. So where result1 equal to like this. Another where result2 get sum of numbers. And here I will pass 12 comma 45. Understood? So because this function was returning something, so you want to hold the return, whatever the value it has written, you want to hold it somewhere. So you have to create a variable and then whatever this function return gets stored over here. Okay, let's check it. While you are doing the practice, those who are learning for the JavaScript first time, make sure you add a debugger like this so you understand the flow properly. And always keep a habit of formatting the code. Now let's check. Reload. So I'm at line number 52. Now, once I execute, my function I'm executing, while executing 4 and 8 I'm passing. 4 and 8, you got it. You did the sum. 12 and you are returning it. So once it return, see, result 1 got 12. So whatever this function written with this parameter, whatever the operation it has done, it has written something that got stored over here. Now I'm calling another function with 12 and 45. Result is 57. I'm returning that. See, in result 2, 57 got stored. Understood? So you have a function which is accepting two parameter and it is returning the operation. Whatever the operation it has done, it is doing the sum and it is returning the value. Understood? So this is a
Yes.
third type of function which returns a value.
So, Chetan, what was the previous two type? Could you please just
Not just type. This is a normal function which is not
okay,
accepting any parameter. Then a
okay,
function which is
which
accepting parameter but it is not returning. Then you have a function which is accepting parameter but returning something.
okay, thank you.
Okay. But we won't call it this as a topic, means function types. Actual function types are something different. Okay.
Okay,
Now, this function is returning something, but it is accepting a parameter. So can we have a function which doesn't accept any parameter, but it will return value? Should it be possible? I should have a function which is not accepting any parameter, but it should return something. Will it be possible?
If
yes,
we create a variable inside, yes, we can.
Right. Let's say pi value. You want to create a function which will return a pi value. What is the pi value? What is the pi value? In math
24 by
format,
7. 22 by
22.1.
7.
huh? 22 or 3.14,
3.14.
right? So you can simply return it also. 3.14. Okay. So whenever you call a function, it will return this value. Constant where result equal to, you just call a function. This function doesn't have any parameter. So you don't pass anything. Okay. So here you are calling a function, not passing any value. And in return, you got whatever that function return, you got stored here. Okay. So a function which is returning value that has, we don't have any necessity that it should have a parameter only. We can have it also, or we cannot have it also. Clear? These are your functions. Whenever you have a block of code which has some related logic, you can move it into the function. Whenever you have some line of code which is going to execute again and again, you move it to the function, and then wherever that logic is needed, you execute that function. So you don't repeat your code. Okay, you know that in programming, we have the try principle, don't repeat. Okay, so we should not repeat ourselves. We should not repeat the line of code. If something is repeating again and again, move it to the function. Clear till now?
Yes.
That's, that's somewhere we are using void now. What is the use of void?
Void in TypeScript we get to see. Okay, here, as we have seen, the variable, whenever you create a variable, we don't get to decide, we don't get to put data type to this, but in TypeScript we will put. Just like that in TypeScript for a function also, if what data type you are returning, that also you can put. Let's say your this function, what type of data it is returning? See,
Integer.
if I hover over here,
Number.
currently it is saying
Number.
void. It is
Number.
not returning anything. Does it return anything?
No.
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 Right? So if I hover on this function name, see, it is saying colon void, means it is not returning anything. Okay. But if I see this, see, it is instead of void, it is saying any. It is returning something. A function which is not returning anything, that is void, means it will, you can consider as a method. Those who are from the backend, in backend, we have method and the function. How you will categorize method?
A
In backend, how
function
you
can
will
be found in a method.
something which is not returning something. A function which is not returning something, we can categorize as a method. If a function is returning something, we will call it as a function. But both are function, but just to categorization. So in TypeScript, if you know your function is not returning anything, here you provide it like this. Okay, but in JavaScript we cannot provide. And if it is returning something, you know okay, what it is returning, so you provide like this. Return type also to the function also, just like how you can provide a data type to the function variable, just like that to the function also you can provide a return type. We'll see that in TypeScript. Okay. Now this function had two parameters, num1 and num2. Okay. Now I call this function over here. While calling this function two times, I'm passing the value to both of the variable, both of the parameter. Let's say third time, result 3 is equal to get sum of numbers. And I'm not passing the second parameter. I'm only passing the first parameter. What should happen? Should my function execute properly, or it should break, or my function will also not get called?
Yeah, function will get called. The 45 will assign to the first number and the second will be undefined.
Okay. So in other language, let's say C# or Java, this won't work like this. If you have a function which accept two parameter, and while executing, you are just passing one parameter, that function itself will not execute. You will get compile time error. Here itself, when you write now, here only you will get error. But JavaScript is a language that most of the things are allowed. Yeah, it will allow to execute, but it won't guarantee that it will execute the proper way. Okay. Can anyone guess what should be the return for this third one?
45.
Any other guesses?
Expecting
45
one more
plus
variable.
23.
No, function will execute. Okay. Doesn't matter you pass two parameter, three parameter, four parameter, or even one or even zero also. Function will execute. I'm asking you what I will get it in return over here.
Undefined.
45 time.
90. 90.
Why 90? You're passing just 45. Why you will get
No,
90?
num2 is there. Num2 45 last.
No. Okay, let's see now.
Num2 is a var
Anyone
character.
want to give an correct output? Those who are already working, what should be the output of this if I'm passing 45?
Yeah, 45 plus undefined.
Yeah, so what?
Oh,
That is what I'm asking.
Is it
This
not a
method will
method?
not get called.
No,
only 45.
no. Okay, let's see.
Undefined.
We have already seen that in the first day only. Let's check. Okay. First time I'm calling the function, I'm passing 4 and 8. 4 and 8 you got. It will do the proper sum and it will return also.
Oh,
Okay,
plus,
you
right?
got it.
Yeah, it is not a number. Yeah.
Right? See now. Second time you got 12 and 45. It will do properly and it will return also. Now third time I'm passing just one value. So this 45 will get stored over here in num1. And num2, since you didn't pass, it is undefined. Now integer plus undefined. Is it a valid operation?
No.
Integer plus string. Is it a valid operation?
No, not a number.
String.
Okay.
Yes.
So see. NaN, not a number. Okay. So whenever you are doing any invalid operation, NaN. Okay. Understood? So
Yes.
JavaScript function behaves totally different if you compare it with C# and Java and other technology. If it has two parameter and even if you are passing, it will execute, but output will be wrong. Fourth time, result 4. Here I'm passing 45, 55, 66, 77. Now what will happen? Will my
It will
function
take
call or
only first two. Function will call, it will take only the two parameters. 45 and 55.
See now. We'll add debugger over here. First time 4 and 8. Second time, see here you are able to see 12 and 45. Third time 45 and num2 is undefined. Fourth time. Okay, now I'm passing, while calling the function, I'm passing 4 parameter, but that function is accepting only 2. I got the first only. The remaining it has ignored. 66 and 77, it ignored that. Got it? So your function has 2 parameter, but if you are passing 10 or 15, it doesn't matter. It will only accept the first only. Okay. Clear? Another use case. Here I'm passing only one parameter. And if I'm passing one parameter, I'm getting NaN, but I want to handle it. How you will handle it? I should not get that NaN. If I pass at least one parameter, let's say this function accepts 3 parameter, but I pass only one. So NaN I should not get. I should get something.
Passing in a
Option
default
parameter.
value parameter.
Okay. So here, even if you kept is optional, still NaN will be there. So to the function parameter, we can assign the default value like this. So if you pass the value, then whatever the value you pass, that it will consider. If you don't pass the value, let's pass another one without passing any value. I'm not passing a single parameter also. So all the scenarios we'll get to see. So this is how you provide a default value to the parameter. If you pass the value, that it will consider. If you don't pass, it will consider 0. Now you won't get none anytime. First time 4 and 8. See? Oh, yes. Let's read. Okay. Now I'm calling the function with 4 and 8. See, you got num1 4, you got 8. Second time 12 and 45, you got it. Third time you are just passing 45. Only one parameter you are passing. Second parameter you are not passing. So see, num1 you got 45. Second is 0. Now it has considered the default value. Like this. Third time you are passing more. Obviously 45 and 55 will be over here. Other two it ignored. Now, lastly, you are calling function, but you are not passing a single parameter also. So now both num1 and num2 will be 0. It's default, it will consider. Understood? So whenever you create a function,
Yeah, what will happen like if second parameter is dynamically calling and returning NaN?
second parameter is you are passing
Time.
NaN. We
No,
cannot.
not passing.
Hmm,
No,
hmm.
we are calling some other function that is returning NaN.
Obviously, NA, and here you are passing that function.
Calling some function that is returning NaN.
But how? While calling this function, you will pass only one parameter. Okay.
No,
Hmm,
if we like it is function is taking 2 parameter.
hmm,
First, we are passing hard code, and
hmm.
second, we are runtime dynamic. We are calling another function that is returning NaN.
Means here you want to get here you want to
Yeah,
call
some
another
function.
function like this.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it will call
So as
whatever it return. Either you write a number over here, or you call a function and that function is returned. So whatever this function return, that will get passed. That
Oh,
has nothing
no,
to do
no.
it
It
over
is
here.
returning NaN. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying it is returning
NaN will get
instead.
passed. NaN will get passed.
Okay, so it will not be the default value in that
It
case.
will not consider that because you pass the value, no? Whether it is
Oh, right.
actual number, string, or and null, undefined. You pass something, so it will consider that only.
Okay. So in that case, we will again get the same issue, right?
Yes, NaN. Not a
Yes.
number output you will get. Clear all? So these are the variations for a function. Anyone having any doubt?
oh, and we have the anonymous function, so that one also.
Yeah, as I said, anonymous, pure function, callback function, higher order. So many types of functions we have. Callback function that we will see it in interrupt preparation. We have arrow function as well, but arrow function I'm not explaining right now. This is one way of creating function. We have another way of creating function, that is arrow function, a shorter way to write it. We'll say that in interview preparation.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in real world scenario, we are using only these type of functions, right, sir?
In Angular, we create function only, but syntax is different. We don't need this function.
Hmm.
This will be your Angular function. In TypeScript, we don't need that function keyword in front of it.
Yes, sir. Only
Rem-
these are the things we are using.
Yes, remaining concepts are same. Just in Angular, in TypeScript, this function keyword is not needed. Remaining whatever we have learned, it will be exactly same. That's what I said. Ki, to learn TypeScript, you don't have to waste energy. Almost it is same. Nothing gets changed.
So I see
Let's
nowadays a lot of asynchronous operation we see which create the pipes. Are you going to cover that things?
uh, in Angular, you are saying pipe.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
asynchronous operation.
yeah,
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 yes.
yeah. Okay. Now a real-time example I want to explain. You know, when you use any e-commerce application and you are putting your debit card or credit card number, how does that look when you insert the data? Does it show everything? Or let's say you, while buying the product for the first time, you enter your product. Then it asks you, do you want to save this? And if you save it, next time, how does it come? Does it
Four
show the whole
digits will
number?
come only. No, no, no. Only
Right?
four digits will come.
First four digit or last four digit it will show, and remaining will be star, 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 star. So let's say you want to create a function where you'll pass credit card number 16 digit, and then in return you should get a formatted one where only last four digit are showing star, star, star. Remaining you have to hide. Okay, let's try function format card number. Okay. Again, so many types of functions are there, but we have not seen if and else. So that's why I can just take a limited number of function. Once we see if and else, again, we are going to revisit the function with more use cases. So we are creating a function which accept card number. So card number will have 16 digit separated by space, right? So let's say you are passing something like this, 1122, then 3344, or we won't what do we call it? We don't separate it also. We will pass it directly also. So if you are passing like this, just last four digits should be visible, and remaining first 4 into 12 digits just should be star, 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 star. Okay. Now, when we created variables, data type. So in this variable, what value you have? String. So if you check course name dot, see some methods are coming. Caret, end seed, include, some methods are coming on string, to lowercase, to uppercase. Just like that, if I check number, product price, dot, see only five, six methods are coming. To fixed, to string, to precision, something like that. So if it was a string, on string, if you use dot operator, so many methods are coming. On number, you are getting only limited. Just like that on Boolean also. Only one is coming, value of. If you check the date, where is date? Date. On date, again, so many methods you will be able to see. See, get date, get hours, get millisecond. So as per the value you have stored in your variable, some method and some property get attached to that variable. And that will work on that data type only. Okay. Now, string has some method. Now, what you want to do inside this, you want to get last, how many it will be? 12, right? So first 12 digit you don't want to consider. Then after the 12, what number of what last four digits are there that you need? Okay. After 13 you need it, right? So constant last four digits. We just need last four digit. So in string you have a caret method dot caret. And here you can specify the position, which character you need. Okay. So 13. How you will get it? I don't want to write multiple caret. I directly want the last 4 digit. Substring
Splice.
splice is there, no? But splice will cut
Slice,
out.
but it's for string.
Splice is there. Splice dot number dot split is there. Substring. What does substring will does? Yeah, substring will get. So see substring method. What it expect? Start and then you want to specify the index from where till where. Okay. So substring method we will use. Substring. You want to start from 13. You don't want to send the end number. Whatever remainings are there that you should get. Let's add a debugger over here and we will check it first if we are able to get the last 4 digit or not. So this I will pass it over here. In a string I have to pass because on number you don't have a substring method. Only on the string you have. So instead of passing the number directly, you are enclosing into the string. Debugger. Let's see it now. Let me remove the debugger from this one. Save it. Reload. Okay. Now I'm calling this function. While calling, I'm passing a number into a string. That I got it over here. So card dot substring and we are passing 13. Key. After 13, what number of characters I have? I need that. Okay, so we have to start with 12, not the 13. It will start from 0, na? Indexing. See, you got last 4 digit. Whatever the parameter you pass, you are able to extract the last 4 digit. Okay. Now, you can format it constant. Formatted number is equal to here star 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 space star 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 space star 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 space then plus concatenate your last 4 digit. Were you expecting some logic for this? It has to be no logic. Simply we would just have to create a string like that. We don't hide it. Might be possible that some of you might be thinking like, yeah, we show it star star, but instead of that, there will be a number hidden. No, it is just simply star star star. Okay. Now this function is returning this word. So we have to put it into var result card 1 like this. Second time also I will call this function. Two, three, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 9, 8, 7, 5. Okay. My last numbers are 9, 8, 7, 5. Card 2. Let's save and check now. Okay. I'm calling the first card number. I get it. Last 4 digits are 6, 6. See, you got it? That you are simply returning it. You got it. Second time you are passing different card number. You got it. Last 4 digit you will get 9876. You are formatting it and you got it. Understood? So if you want to achieve the same thing in Angular, you won't create a function, you create a pipe to format the data. So see, ultimately it's a either you call about JavaScript, React.js, Angular, Vue.js. These are the technology which will work on the browser. So whatever the concept you know in JavaScript, same concepts are there in Angular. Same concepts are there in React.js. Same concepts are there in Vue.js. Just the way of writing, syntax, and some topics will be different. But what you are going to achieve is same. That's why talking about MNCs, they don't hire you for Angular developer. Has anyone have in your profile written Angular developer? Anyone have in your offer letter ki, yeah, Angular developer, React.js developer. They are hiring you for a software engineer. So, and why that's why they focused on JavaScript so much. If you are good with JavaScript, with little bit of training, you can work on any technology. Either you name it Angular, React.js, Vue.js, Next.js, Plastic.js extension, anything. Because you know the JavaScript. And JavaScript is the base for all these other framework languages. Clear? As per the language, syntax, topics keep on changing, but ultimately you are going to achieve the same thing. Way of writing might be different. If you compare Angular and React, now topics are almost same. Yeah, React has something extra, but basic topic, whatever you have it in Angular, same topics are over there also. So if you learn Angular, learning React is not a big thing because you know all the things basically. Yeah, how does you write it in React? That only you need to learn. Your logic stays the same. Your problem solving stays the same. That's why if you master JavaScript, DOM manipulation properly, so you are not limited to Angular now. You will be okay to work with React also. If you get that confidence, you know the basic things in React, you will say, yeah, give me any project, either Angular or React. Now again, we have AI at our disposal, right? So we just have to write the prompt. What to write, that you should know. If you know the basic concept, you will get to know, yeah, what to write. And whatever the code AI will write, you will be able to understand it also. So industry is moving towards this mindset. Key now, if before AI, before let's say last 2 years when ChatGPT was not there and nothing was there, if someone was asking you, you should work on React also and you should work on Angular also. So you will say, Ki, how come? That is not possible. React is altogether different language. But now with the help of AI, no, we cannot say like that. Okay. It has become so much easier, so much. I will show you a project where it is Wine ERP. This is a backend project. You might have heard ki AI is writing UI code so much better, so much better. It's not like that. I will open the hosted one, Wine Shop ERP. I don't remember the login now. Let me find the login. This is live project, so I don't have login now. Client has it. Let's me log in this. This is a live application. You can see it is hosted. I had one client. Uh, everyone knows Tally. What is Tally? Tally,
That is a
Accounting
software that is
software.
used
accounting software,
to
right? It can
the
handle
revenue
your whole
budget.
business. Tally. Then Zoho ERP. That is also nothing but Tally, but a web version. Tally is a Windows-based application. You need a proper person who understand Tally or who have done the course of Tally. He can only use Tally. But Zoho, it's a web application. Anyone can know, anyone can use it. Just like that. Yeah, I forgot his name. Easy. Yeah, Easy ERP. So just like Zoho ERP, there is an Easy ERP. Easy or sorry, Busy ERP software. This is also accounting software, just like Tally, just like Zoho ERP, just like that. This. So he was in my batch. He's not a developer. He is almost, I don't know. His age might be more than 50. Okay. He joined my batch because of his YouTube. He came to me. He joined the batch to learn the Angular. He has a what do we call it? This is a product. He can sell it. What is the term for that? Agency. He has an agency of
Yes.
busy software in Jodhpur. He sells the application to his client. He has around 150 client where he has sold this application. Means this is a product. He is not the owner of this product. This is another company. But for Jodhpur, he has an agency of it. Jodhpur and other related towns, he has a, if anyone wants to purchase from his only, they have to purchase it. So he had agency from last 15 years. He is doing the same thing. So he understand everything, what that is inside this application. Now, let's say Jitendra has a business. Let's say he has a wine shop ERP, he has a wine shop, or he has a furniture shop or electronic shop. Let it be anything. Okay. So to run his business, he wanted application. So Tally, the problem with Tally is you need a specific person who understand Tally. You cannot directly start and using Tally. It's very complicated. Okay. But a proper accountant will only use Tally only because it has a versatile application for accounting. Okay. Again, limitation is Zoho also. Zoho is little bit hard. So much of configuration is there because they have created a single application. All the businesses can use it. How do you set up that application like that? You can use it. So setup is little bit hard in Zoho. Busy also like that, but they have a support team, agency. So agency will help you to set up it. Set up it. You don't have to worry about setup. You will directly use it. So let's say Jitendra has a business to run his application. So he has to pay around 25,000 yearly to the either Zoho or Busy ERP to use their application. So every year 25,000. Getting it? So how much it will be now? Again, they have a package. If you are going to process less number of record, cost will go to 5,000, 6,000 also. I'm just giving you a average idea. So instead of paying 25,000 for a year, so what he thought that instead of using the busy ERP, why not create your own application like that? But he created it only for the wine shop people, wine shop. Okay. So he came up with an idea that instead of, and busy has so many things because this is a single application, all the businesses can use. So many extra things also there. Doesn't matter that wine shop owner was using it or not, but so many things were there. So we created an application which is limited to their use case. And every year he's going to just sell it to the 4,500. Now, will you go for a busy one, Zoho one, or his application? Right? So now this amount, so agency, when you are taking an software from agency, most of the amount will goes to the agency. You get little bit of amount from this. Now this is your whole amount. Getting it? Because this is your own product. So he created his own product. Okay. Let me log in. This application has multiple role. Okay. I don't know, like this is a demo shop. So you won't get to see much thing. But sale, purchase, inventory, everything, transfer. So many things are there. Daily report. See, so many things are there. Okay. This is a shop login. So you get to, and not shop admin, a normal user login. So he can see only some things are there. Okay, he cannot create admin, master, and everything. We have a super admin login also. The product owner, you get to see so more menus over here again. So this whole application you see is created by AI itself. I haven't written a single line of code, not even single, not even a label change or not even something. From API, from UI, everything. It's a complete inventory application. Purchase, stock, inventory. You can transfer between shop. Let's say you have a owner, he has 3 wine shop. From sometimes you want to transfer some goods from this shop to another shop. So we have provided that also. So many different reports are there. Daily report. What are the stocks you have? What stock you had? What is the opening stock? What is the closing stock? How many purchase happen? How many? See, these terms are Anand, Bhajan. These are their Bikri, the Rajasthani words are there. Okay. So first version we completed. Client have started using it also. Now we are going to introduce multiple language also. Currently it is in English. So we are going to convert it into multiple. If they change Marathi, Hindi, Rajasthani. So all labels will convert to that language also, multi-language. Let me open a sale. See how does your sale look. In one sale, you can have multiple product also. If I click on new sale, see, I can add multiple product. This product I got. How many I'm selling? How many quarter I'm selling? How many, those who knows. Okay. How many you are selling, you can enter. So this is having zero stock now, so I'm not able to enter anything. So many validations are there. Let me see. I don't have any stock. So you have to create a purchase, then only you can make a sale. Let's go to purchase. So let's say from supplier, you got 100 Piper 75 ml bottles. What is the quantity? How many quantity? Everything you get it. Okay. What is the voucher? What is the voucher number? Purchase date, purchase type, party, from when, from which supplier you got. Okay. Branch, multiple branches also you can select like that. Transfer from this shop, you want to send some bottles to another shop. So you can do that also. Select the product, how many available you have, how many you are sending to the different shop. Other shop has to accept it. So many use cases are there. Even if I try to explain the whole thing now, it will take 30 minutes to explain. So whole this application, whatever you see, is completely created by AI. These are the APIs, middleware, models, services, so many things are there. Let me show you Angular project also. I'm just trying to give you an overview ki how much AI is capable. And people, you might have seen some people ki they will say ki no, AI can write only AI code. It won't be able to debug. It won't be able to write logic. No, they are wrong. They have not used AI like that, or they are in a, they don't want to accept the reality ki AI can do much more thing than them. Why in ERP? This is the Angular project. See, you can see so many databases, examples, schema also, I started then, because it's a business, actual application. Requirement was keep on changing because he knows the project. I'm not in that field, na? So how I will understand every use case. So as per my knowledge, he used to provide something. As per that, I used to build something. Then once I live it, then he used to teach. Then he used to come up with some scenario. So many database changes were also happening. Database also it was only creating. As I'm saying, like, I didn't write a single thing, not even I have created a single table also. Everything with the prompt. This is the UI application. Shell constant, role access constant, directives, models, pages. Here we have components, some routes, currency pipe we created, services. So many things are there. So this is your complete, let me show you a service. See, complete application written, all this code is written by AI itself. Let me show you the prompt also. See, this is the prompt which I was using. See, it's a whole lot history. If I show you, see, it is still loading the history. Let's go to the top. I will show you from, yeah. Now this is the new laptop. So in the old laptop, it was from the starting. See, May 8. In this laptop, before that only it started, but in this laptop, I started again with the new. So I have to again specify the first prompt. May 8 and last, if you see, July, May, June, July. It was started before May. So 3 to 4 months I have worked on it, not me, with the AI. But again, it took that much time only. So people say, ki, yeah, with AI, you can complete it quickly. No, you cannot complete it quickly. Trust me, you cannot complete it quickly. Okay. Yeah, it might reduce the number of people needed, but it cannot deliver it quickly. Even though with the paid plan, it will take time what is going to take. Yeah, let's say if we were going to build it by, let's say 3 developer, we would have completed in 6 months or one year we might have needed it. Whatever I have completed for real developers, I would have read it 1 year to complete this API, DB, and UI. With AI, let's say 3 junior developer I have added. So they would have also taken almost 7 to 8 months. But I knew this concept somehow because while working on different project till now, I know that concept, how we complete, what use cases we have to follow. So in every prompt, I used to specify that handle this also. But if someone junior is there, he might not be aware what check he has to handle. So he might do that mistake. Then again, he will fix it. So it might took the time. It will create something, but that won't be optimized. Okay. So with every prompt, see my prompt.
So the discussion is that businessman became a developer under your training and handling that website.
Sorry, come again.
So that businessman you are talking about, did he become a Angular developer later on?
No, he now understand the Angular, but obviously
Okay.
consider he is a 52-year-old man. So even though he learn, will he do it? Right. He has already business running, but he knows now I have given the access to the project. Sometimes if needed, sometimes label change, that Aman in report you have seen that Aman, Zaman, he only did that. Now he can understand Angular code because that was the purpose of we have Sajid. Sajid is also having company, right? So that was his thought process. If something is needed, because uh, if he contact me and he wants some quickly, even if it is a smaller. So now he do the change and I have Shreya. Sometimes he check the code, whatever he is writing, because we don't want to corrupt the project, right? Sometimes you do the change, he asks Shreya to verify it, or sometimes he sit up with Shreya. He explain it with her. Then then they both do the changes. Now, if something is normal, if it is critical, then they come back to me. Like that, that project is going on. Okay.
Okay.
But by completing that, he sitting into the API project also. He's able to explain me because when we started initially communicating, because he was not from the software background, what he was telling, I was not able to understand. He was talking purely into the business terms. Sometimes you don't get understand. Okay, I was repeating the code because he was talking one thing, I was understanding one thing, and AI was creating something else. Then just to get in that repo, almost 1 month, we wasted so much of time just to get into the repo that whatever he had in mind to understand the same thing. It took almost 1 month. What he was expecting, right? It took almost 1 month to get in that repo. Okay. That's why we have business analysts for that, people who understand the business. Now, yesterday I talked you, forward deploy engineer. So this is that role forward deploy engineer has to play. He will be the person who will communicate with the business client. He will get the requirement, convert it into a meaningful way. Then his team might will work. He will also work. Okay. So industry is moving toward a single player, one man show. He is going to talk to the client. He will have 2, 3 developer. He will also work. He will set up the business. He will deploy the application. He will only take care of everything. Or he will find the people. He will get the work done. That is forward deploy engineer, a more professional term for the vibe coder. Vibe coder was just a social media term. Now that thing is permanent, forward deploy engineer. I don't know that will get success or not, but every company is moving towards it.
Yeah, it's nice to see that AI is generating such a large project,
Yeah,
but at the
it
same
is
time, it
in
is
our
funny.
feature also, and it is for our. Uh,
How
it is
will be
going
the
to
demand
backfire
of
also,
learning in future? You think how the industry is moving?
right? So, example you can see there is uh, again once we see the RAG application, a RAG application, you will see here you can see I have created 3 reports. One is daily report, another is stock report, another is product trail. This product, let's say you added a product from purchase, sale, transfer, sale, everything it can do, complete history of the product. So many things are there. If you select a particular product, you get to means I don't have the data. What happened with that product? Complete history of that product. Again, some reports are in progress. Still, I'm yet to work. So, and like this, now so many applications are there where so many reports they need. Previously, we used to create multiple reports with multiple APIs and everything. Now, if you introduce RAG into it, you don't want to create multiple reports like that. AI can generate the reports for you. Why to write so much of code? AI can get you that with RAG application. But you have to expose your database schema. It will write the query by using its own knowledge. You have to provide the database schema. Yeah, these are the table, these are the thing. Then user will have a chatbot into our application. He will say, I need a report for a product which has lower sale in this month only. So AI will write the query. AI will generate a SQL query. Then you will execute that query in your .NET application. Then you pass the result to the AI. Then it will create the HTML by using that. Then whatever the HTML you pass, you will render it over here. So you don't have to waste time creating multiple reports. AI will do that part. Getting it? So that is your RAG. Let's say filters are there. Some limited filters are there. Let's say you want to, in sales, you want to filter something which is not there. Some sales which are happening. You want to check products which are season specific. Yeah, these are the wines or these are the liquor bottles which are getting sold mostly in my season shop. So you can provide the date range for some, let's say Diwali, Holi, whatever. Now we cannot keep on creating multiple reports that, but AI can play that role now. So in every application that you might have seen memos into internet key, in every application AI is getting pushed. Doesn't matter that application need it or not. So that why AI is getting pushed, that is nothing but your RAG application. Okay. So just to open your minds, right? So many things are happening. Okay. Fine. So now task. So I will share this URL. All the tasks for whatever the topics we are going to see are over here. Move to the JavaScript section. Variable tasks are over here. Operator. Let me open variable operator. Some tasks are basic, some tasks are advanced. Those who are learning for the first time, you just have to complete the basic. Those who already know the JavaScript, you have to complete. It's okay if you skip the basic, but you have to complete the advanced. Okay. Operator one. Simple. I have explained it simple. Function, today's one. Like create a function with a name, first name function, store some value and print it. Similar. Square, create a function with addition, create a function to validate the password, create a function which will format EMI, something like that. Similar functions are there. Read it and then create it. Some are advanced also. So people, those who already know the JavaScript, you are already working, you can start the advanced task. As I said, those who want to develop the logic, you want to work on your problem solving, complete all the advanced tasks. This will help you a lot. Okay. Fine. Let's connect tomorrow.
Okay. I have one question.
Yeah, hi sir.
Hello.
Yeah, we have a lab coordinator, sir.
Sorry, Sricharan, what are you saying?
Lab coordinator, like coordinator, mentor for practice.
Okay. Shreya, I will add her number to the group. I will share it in the group. You can anytime ping with her. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Mike, you were saying something?
Please, will you send the link?
Yeah, I will share it.
Of the
I will share the link in the group.
Yeah, just share the link. I was also looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, with the example of the formatting card, I tried here, and whilst I entered the number, the digit in type number, it was not working. I had a message in the console.
Yesterday's message, you know? Yeah. So see, you tried it to put it into console something directly instead of storing into variable. That's why it was behaving like that. So when you use
Okay.
plus plus before and after, it has some difference. But try not to go so much in depth, right? We will cover that scenario once our basics are done. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just focused on whatever I'm going through now. Just focused on that. Then once you are done
Mm.
everything, then you will only make sense ki, yeah, why it is behaving like this and why it is not working like this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
there will be any channel for Discord or something for the doubt clearing. If we can ping there, somebody can.
Yeah, we will create one.
Okay.
Because why I'm going for community, na? Previously I used to create normal group, but in group numbers are visible to everyone. So someone tried contacting someone and that resulted into something else. So I have to hide that number. So I will try to create a Discord where everyone can communicate. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Fine. Thank you all.